Hey everyone, welcome to Alpha Insights. I'm Niva.
And I'm Riley.
And hey, if you have questions while you're listening, drop them at stockalpha.ai and we'll try to cover them.
Quick housekeeping. U.S. markets were closed Sunday, so we're talking policy and product moves that investors will be parsing heading into the long weekend and when trading reopens Monday. The last session was Friday, June 26.
Right, and the theme this weekend is state-level action shaping the cannabis runway, not Wall Street trading. Missouri, Virginia, and South Carolina all had headlines that matter.
Let's start with Missouri. The state announced an application window for micro-business marijuana licenses from July 13th to July 27th. And they're offering 77 of those micro-business slots via lottery. Regulators say they'll provide guides and tutorials to help applicants.
That feels like a practical opening. Smaller licenses tend to favor niche makers and local operators, and that usually ripples demand back into supply chain services, packaging, branding work, the whole ancillary ecosystem.
I mean, when you look at the data and the market structure, more small operators often mean more demand for third-party lab testing, distribution partnerships, and retail merchandising. So the real question here is how fast those new licensees can get product to market and whether public companies capture any of that spend. Moving on, Virginia. The governor proposed budget changes and did not remove the legalization language lawmakers passed, so the path to retail sales remains in place.
Exactly. And what I find interesting is that enforcement and public consumption rules still need clarity. So legalization timing is preserved broadly, but local implementation guidance and licensing timelines are the next things to watch.
South Carolina is the other big note. Lawmakers couldn't agree on THC limits for hemp-derived products, so those items stay available in grocery and convenience stores for now. That supports short-term revenue for retailers and manufacturers.
Right.
At the same time, that lack of a statewide standard creates a patchwork risk. Municipalities could step in with their own rules, so companies and retailers need to watch local ordinances closely.
Analysts note that patchwork regulation often adds compliance cost and uncertainty, but it can also create pockets of opportunity for firms that move quickly with licensing and distribution.
Let's talk signals for the market. Not advice, just what tends to move sentiment. Keep an eye on cannabis-focused ETFs and large names like Tilray, Trulieve, Green Thumb Industries, and Curaleaf. Those names and ETFs often react when states open licensing or change retail rules, so check liquidity and volume when markets reopen Monday.
And on the consumer side, product innovation keeps nudging demand. Things like new joint tip formats and evolving formulations, even discussions around stronger psychedelic offerings, change what people buy and how often they buy it. Honestly, I was a bit surprised by how much product culture factors into sales trajectories.
So will Missouri's 77 microbusiness spots translate quickly into top-line revenue for public companies? Probably not overnight. It depends on who those licensees partner with, how they source supply, and timing on inventory and retail placement.
For the coming week, concrete things to watch: the July 13th application period activity in Missouri, any agency guidance or licensing timelines out of Virginia, and local policy moves in South Carolina. Also, pay attention to sector headlines that reflect consumer trends.
Makes sense.
Good to watch.
Brief bottom line. State-level policy is the dominant driver right now. Missouri opens more doors for small operators. Virginia keeps legalization momentum but leaves enforcement questions. And South Carolina keeps hemp THC products on shelves for the near term, which all means more incremental opportunities and also more regulatory noise.
And remember, this is informational only. Analysts and data suggest these moves shape demand and supply chains, but they don't guarantee outcomes. We're not recommending any specific action.
All right, that's our wrap. Key takeaways together?
Missouri's license window could spur demand for ancillary services.
Virginia keeps the legalization path intact, while implementation details play out.
South Carolina's failure to set THC limits keeps products on shelves, but leaves future risk.
Got questions? We'd love to hear from you. Head over to stockalpha.ai where you can ask us anything and we'll answer live. And while you're there, check out more market content.
Thanks for listening. We'll dive into market reactions when trading resumes Monday. Stay curious and keep those questions coming at stockalpha.ai.